this is, it is, well, on February 25th. Honestly, best policy when you do anything with your life, you know, and I have to, in the position I am in right now at this moment. Right now, I just threw away maybe about a few months worth of training because it's abuse. So, IPS is kind of what they call it. They call it in the rehab place, and it just escalated. So I spent the last hour in the jacuzzi and in the sauna. Yeah, I know, in the middle of the night, right? At the gym, trying to get all the toxins out of my body. My muscles are so tight. I feel so bad. Yesterday at work, it was horrible feeling. Trying to get through the day, I couldn't stay awake. Everything was just off. And one thing, I'm not saying I learned this, but something I do acknowledge: when you're eating healthy, sleeping healthy, doing your, you do, my workouts were great. I slept fantastically. I heartburn. I mean, sometimes I have heartburn when I eat certain foods, just like some people do. On Super Bowl, well, Saturday and Sunday of Super Bowl weekend, I enjoyed myself. I will not lie. I will not lie. I enjoyed myself during this whole escapade. What I did not like is the other end of it. Foods, which is high in sugar, high in processed food, you name it, I had it, you know? And then I also had the alcohol was high. The doing stuff because I'm supposed to be so open. The very good news is, and it's not it, but I didn't go anywhere, which means everything operating the vehicle. I was not around anybody to cause harm to anybody else. It was just myself. And in years past, I might have started calling people, started going to people's houses, or taking an Uber or gone somewhere. I've done that before, where I'm too afraid to get into a car because I don't want anything to happen to anybody. But I have no problem using my Uber app and saying, okay, let's go, or use my phone and calling people and text people, and that never goes well. It's like you ever get somebody who is so high or so drunk, and they start saying stupid shit. Yeah, that's this guy right here. That's me. And am I proud of what went down? Not fully, but am I also proud of the fact that I recognize what's going on? I have a hard time thinking that I am not an alcoholic. I have a hard time thinking that it's the PTSD. I have a hard time believing all this is real for me. I'm high. I know my PhD, my PTSD is very difficult. I know when you bring in the substance abuse, it doesn't help either. And myself yesterday evening, afternoon, feel like I want. And I kept saying, I'm going to make the Olympic team. I'm not going to make the Olympic team on the path I'm going right now. I'm going to be in a pine box somewhere or cremated. And I might survive this whole thing and live to be at 80 or 90, whatever, living who knows where, having no accomplishments at all. Okay, so let's acknowledge. Well, I'm acknowledging it. You can just listen to me, I guess. I have comes to going overboard. I do things, I go overboard. I run, I go overboard. I do the drinking, I do the eating, I think it's something fun. Not sure. Maybe it's a good personality because I do go when I do the workouts, I do the eating, I go into college, I do things at work, I go overboard, I go 100% in. So it's a good person. However, with the wrong vices, it could put me over the edge. That myself over and delayed everything. It's not like this is the end of be all, and then the rest of my life I can't do what I need to do. It's not that. It means that I have an issue, and the only way is to look at it straight on and say I'm not. Um, myself a little note and said I'm gonna go for 1 whole year. No going. No substance abuses at all, that are gonna go off of my train. I'm gonna work out every day, on point. Everything I'm gonna be going towards having a good job and having the career I want running wise. Go forward. So a whole year. So just like any season for baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever it is, 12 months. We're back in Super Bowl again with another team. Same teams, different teams, doesn't matter. The fact is, 12 months will happen regardless if I do something or not. I'm 80 years old one day. I look back 10 years ago. I spent so much time, or did, because I never took the step to go forward, and that and my fault, and the choice going about where I am today. I have the job I have because of the choices I've made. I have the non-running career because of the choices I've made. If I'm overweight, if I'm skinny, if I'm muscular, if I'm scrawny, if I'm weak, if I live in a shoebox, I mean, you name it, the choices things happen to me, but those things happen to me. Reactions? Like, if I get, do I get out of the car and look to the next person and say, "Are you okay?" Or go up to them and start screaming, yelling at them, making their life miserable? Never yell at you. I am going to be happy-go-lucky. You can talk to me about anything. If I want to be that person, I have to live. I have to embody that person every day, and I have not been embodying that. So as much as I told you these um, down and dirty, raw, I screwed up royally this past weekend, and then feeling numb to the pain is where I wanted to be, which is why substance abuse is big in our culture because we want to get removed from the incident. Was, and I was doing it 4 days ago is when I started. Run. I try to do the run today. I tried to do push-ups, pull-ups, and all that stuff. Muscles weren't like or in the jacuzzi, going from jacuzzi to the sauna, back and forth, and I'm trying to purge my body of all this bad substance. That's what I've been trying. And that's where I'll continue on. I mean, I started of 2018, as you guys know, months and months with no running. The stretching was horrible. I couldn't stretch. I was not very flexible. The runnings were barely able to hold up for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, on a goal set. Or February 29th, leap day, 2020. It's just over. I can doing a half marathon. So it gives me 1 year. If I put all my attention on that. And the of not running, not at work, not doing whatever, instead of putting my mind inward and being negative, I'm gonna put outward. So I decided that I'm gonna start learning more about nutrition. I started with apple cider vinegar last night, trying to say, okay, let's learn about that. And I'm learning about how it works and help. I've already started with 3 things. I've been started taking this a few weeks ago. I got some collagen. Um, is one thing I'm taking. I'm doing this grass-fed. It's called green. Is which is basically capsules, and that's and I've seen a difference in everything. And it basically is I want to make sure that I'm eating healthy and also putting healthy. All there definitely costs a lot of money if you want to be optimum. About nutrition, I don't. I'm gonna learn as I go, and I figure if I spend an hour a day learning about one thing of nutrition and just learn about that product, and then go to the next thing, and then go to the next thing, that'll help keep my mind occupied in those hours. Because like I told you, 1 a.m. how I start my days. 6 p. So I get 5 hours to get up, full body stretch, workout, run, stretch down, shower, get ready to go to work and get to work. 5 hours. That means 3, 4 o'clock, whatever. I only have a few hours before I have to get into my bed again. I am making because what's the goal? My I want to be a professional runner. I'm not 26, and the only way to do that is to actually prove my worth. And I have to first prove my worth to myself. Apologize for Gary and Rosie because it's not. I have negative to make, but the board. That's all as people, and that's why I'm not gonna lie. I haven't lied any time at all. I haven't lied this whole time, and this is gonna be a journey all the way to the end. We'll see what happens a year from now. Will I make it? Will I not make it? Who knows? To show the world who you are, just to be you, and just age.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.